Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Good morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
Broadcasting live from the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence this 5 January 2023. I don't even know if this is the year of St. Javelin or the year of the dumpster fire. What's up? I got in the gunner seat, my man Rito.
What's up, buddy?
What is going on, man?
Not much, buddy. How are you? How's the new year?
Dude, it's rocking. It was had a good yep. Cause is already dropping the jokes with the bubble. If you guys know that sometimes when we have the bubble going, that's on the CQ thing. This is sergeant's time. This is sergeanting and sergeants and with sergeants and sergeant's time.
Well, and I've got my backdrop set up for the bubble.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's right. I mean, if you want, I can
see a lot more of you can see a lot more of the bunker when I don't have the bubble on.
Yeah, exactly. You look more human.
So, I do. I look small.
You look small.
I look small. I'm not just me. But people can see my fine beer.
Yeah.
I need to give a shout out to these guys. They're Red Lake.
Who are those guys?
Oh, go ahead.
No, go.
Oh, it's Red Lake Brewing Company out of Colorado Springs.
Oh, snap! That's what I'm talking about.
If every now and again they must have a booth set up. I went through there on my way back from Texas, and they had a booth set up at the main exchange there, and we're giving out some free brewskis and a pint glass and stuff if you bought a sixer from them. So bought a sixer, got a couple free beers, and bullshit with the guy from it. He was super cool. So if you're in that area, if you're in the Fort Carson area, swing by. They got some shirts and stuff too from them. They're good. They're pretty good. They're pretty decent guys over there. So
you got everybody loving on your Marine Corps shirt. Everyone's
yeah, because I got this. This is from the base I was in Texas.
Oh, well, wait. What base were you in Texas?
It used to be the Carswell Air Force Base, and now it's the Joint Reserve Base. They call it
Marine Corps, right? So give the audience. Have you given the audience what's been going on and what's your we've given everybody your story, right? There's some new audience members in there I see who are wondering, hey, who's this guy?
Yeah, I spent 5 years in the Marine Corps first, before I came into the Army, and so I got I'm a duality. Yes.
So you
that always made uniform inspections fun when they're like, hey, where are those ribbons from?
Oh, so you I was about to say because they look Marine Corps ribbons look a lot different than Army ribbons.
Mm-hmm. Some of them, yeah.
People are like stolen valor. You can't wear those National Guard ribbons on here. So,
yeah, they're like, where'd you get those? ROTC or something? I was like, no.
Exactly. You're a dual card veteran.
So,
and then you got out and spent some time in the where did you spend time at? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
It's the 82nd Airborne.
The 82nd Airborne. Back at Bragg.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
So sorry we're a little bit delayed. We had some we were fucking around with some tech issues, but we're also fucking around with some some news, some breaking news, late breaking news and stuff, and we're going to break it down within each specific level of news that's coming out. And this is from the desk of Morgan, our J1, the WTF Nation J1. She is the goddess of all personnel actions, and Alarax. And man, oh man, and we got some stuff to talk about tonight. First off, you guys, okay. Everyone's talking about the retention. Everyone's talking about what's going on with what we got going with how retention's not good and this and yada 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 yada. You said you wanted to talk about some retention before we got into some of the spielio here.
Well, I don't know how you want to approach this, because we talk. You know, they're coming out with numbers. We don't have the numbers. We don't have the guys, right? We are short, and we are, and my eldest son, Specialist Radar's home for a little bit, right? And I was talking to him about the day-to-day stuff in the Army, right? And we spent some time in the Army, right? I even with the shirt being a little different, I still spent some time in the Army, right? And it seems like and you and I both have the same. We were both in pre 9/11. We were peacetime Army. I was peacetime Marine, but still peacetime. And I remember the fuck games we used to play. Just the shitty, you guys are bored, we got nothing to fucking do. That's clean con Xboxes, or that's fucking sweep the rocks, or fucking that's mop the parking lot, or some bullshit like that, right? And I thought after Infinity War, that maybe some of that stuff be like, you know what? Maybe we should have these guys doing some, like, I don't know, warrior tasks and drills. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Right. And even if you're not,
gotcha.
even if you're not in the rifle shooters,
Yeah.
if you're not a bang banger,
Yeah.
you still have parts of your job you need to do and practice and work on and bullshit.
Yeah,
right?
of course, yeah. Gotcha.
And it seems like they're reverting back to that. Well, I vividly remember after 9/11 and after we start doing that shit, if you don't have nothing to do, don't do it fucking here. I don't need to be a captain making my guys do a bunch of bullshit, making some pallets out of fucking plywood or some shit, right? Oh, you're done, fucking go home for the day.
Yeah, exactly.
And I thought we learned these lessons, right? But apparently we didn't. So we got back to this, at least him and his particular unit. I don't want to go any more specifics in that, because I'm sure it's for some reason we have junior officers who feel like if their guys aren't working until fucking 2030, they're not doing their job for some fucking reason.
Right, of course.
And that's kind of been that's the way lieutenants and captains have always been. I think once you get captain, you kind of start graduating from that, but you still have those group of guys, right? And you kind of get to the point where, yeah, hurry up and wait. We're back to this, like, oh, we have rifle range at 07. So you got to be there at fucking 0430 because it keeps going up the chain, and all of a sudden it gets to your team leader, and he's like, nah, hey there, private, you need to be ready to draw weapons at fucking 02.
Right.
No, the range doesn't start till 07. Why are we drawing weapons at 02?
Right, exactly.
Like, so we're getting back to that fucking mentality of stupid bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I get where it went from that to, like, I remember before battalion runs and shit, and I'd shotgun a 4 local when mix it with pre-workout. Like, I can see not getting back to that level of not giving a shit. But I mean, now we need to, like, we can step back from that a little bit, and maybe there needs to be some of that shit. But the thing that really gets me, that we're talking about to get initial entry, right? When we need to get all these privates in, right? We need privates to fucking handle all their bullshit, right?
It's them privates. We got to get them privates. Yep.
Well, and some of these fucking enlistment bonuses are massive. Some of these enlistment bonuses are huge to get guys in, right?
Right.
How come re-enlistment bonuses are like $5,000?
Then,
why are you going to have these guys? You've got all this time and effort and money into training them, and you're going to offer them fucking $5,000 over 5 years to fucking re-enlist. You've got all this money, and you've got a good soldier who's on that teetering end of staying in.
Right.
Why not incentivize him staying in? Keep your numbers up that way, And granted, you don't if you have my shirt, right? I was active duty on a reserve base down there, right? So I know what it's like to be an NCO with no one underneath you. And then you're a corporal or a sergeant, and you're basically a fucking private because you don't have any privates to fucking take the garbage out or fucking all that other bullshit. So I understand how you don't want everything to be so top heavy, but you've got these guys, you don't got to send them to basic or AIT. They're already MOS qualified. And he specialist radar is looking at re-enlisting. Like, well, we've got this. We can maybe give you a $5,000 re-enlistment bonus. And hey, you want to go to air assault school? No, nobody wants to go to air assault school.
That's
Fuck
right.
that.
Fuck air assault. Sorry,
but I mean, in all reality, like, well, that's not an incentive to fucking stay in.
Right.
You've got these guys. You got these guys who are good soldiers, and you're like, nah, we want fucking kid who barely graduated from high school so we can go all through all the bullshit again. No, mate, keep our force there too, or do both. Because you're going to have guys who are going to get the fuck out of the Army. That's just the way it works, right? You're going to have guys who are like, fuck it, I can go do this, I can go do this, I can do this, I can do all these things. Fine, cool, do that. And you've got guys who are kind of teetering, and you've got guys who are going to get the fuck out of the military no matter what the fuck you offer them.
Somebody said that active duty service members should be tax exempt. Do you think that would be an awesome enlistment bonus?
But
go ahead.
But you got that, but you've got all the other bullshit too, like you got crap housing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You've got,
that's right.
You've got all these other shits to fix. If me, right, I'm going back to I'm 23 years old again, right? Do you want to stay in the Marine Corps? The room I had there didn't have a fucking air in Texas. I had a fucking air conditioner. You think I want to fucking live in Fort Worth, Texas with no air conditioner in the fucking summertime? No, fuck you. Bye, see ya. Right? Take care of the food. How many times do we see on these fucking WTF moments is built on people sending in shit food that they got at the DFAC?
Yeah. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna drop in the chats, and then I'm gonna post it on the screen because tonight's gonna be show and tell, and so I'm gonna be showing some pictures and some vignettes. I'm gonna talk like an officer right now. I'm gonna show some vignettes right now, and you bring up a good point. Is that we have had all the freaking setups here for all. In other words, preaching a good word. Maybe that's what it is. It's preaching the, hey, look, if you join the Army, this is what's going to happen. If you join the Army, we're going to do this for you. If you join the Army, you're kind of thinking, oh, all right, cool. All right, well, let's see what we got. Let's see what we have. Let's see. Okay. But then it doesn't seem like it happens. Does that make sense?
No.
It's almost like the short end of the stick. And I'm gonna pull up some imagery here. Some imagery.
But then but also too, like we say these things. If you join the Army, we're gonna take care of you, right? And then you get a brigadier or a fucking major general that stands up and tries to take care of fucking females and take their back, and he gets fucking reprimanded because he brought bad credit upon the fucking military. Right. He's a fucking general, and he's trying to stand up for his fucking troops.
Right.
And they're going to fucking bust his balls because he did the right thing.
So if you join the Army, you're going to get this baller ass housing.
Yeah.
Do you see this baller ass housing right here? Live on WTF Nation Radio, U.S. Army WTF Moments. If you join the Army right now with those big bad bonuses, you will be stuck in that fucking housing right there. Better at bang. Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah.
We can talk about that back and forth. You heard the cheese man, right? You saw the news. You saw the article from Davis Winke from Army Times. Him talking about what happened with General Donahoe.
Mm-hmm.
And now the IG complaint came out. What do you feel about? Now here's the thing that got me the most. I couldn't believe all this shit happened, and the IG complaints were being submitted by 06s, by colonels who thought it was, I don't know, that yeah, you're right, Heather. He did get his retirement. You damn right. He earned that's it. He's retired. He earned his shit. But I'm just blown away that freaking that there was full bird colonels that were complaining about him and filed an IG complaint because he said that General Donahoe didn't congratulate him.
Yeah.
that because he didn't thank him for whatever. Now these are 06s, right? These are the same 06s that were. Now I thought these guys were. This is Fort Benning, right? This is better at Benning. He should still be in and be a 3-star. Now fuck that. He should be in a 4. General Donahoe should be a fucking 4-star right now, like leading the 4. He should be either the vice or the chief of staff of the Army. One of the contentions of.
Yep.
Him and General Beagle. Sorry, I'm biased.
Absolutely, they should.
Him and General Beagle right there, the vice. And could you imagine those two being the vice and the chief of staff of the Army?
Fucking amazing.
Or General Richardson.
Back, what was just in the chats a little bit ago? You're making too much sense.
Yeah.
Why have somebody up here who's going to fucking make sense when you can just have someone who's going to kiss some political ass and fucking not deal with it?
Well,
honestly, he got his retirement. He fucking earned his retirement fucking years and years and years ago. He should have got his fucking retirement.
Yep.
That should not have even been a fucking question. Fine, you don't like the way I lead troops? Fine, bye, see ya. I'm fucking done. I got my 20, bye.
Yeah. But
he can go to fucking Fox News or whatever and talk 20 minutes a fucking week about Ukraine and make 3 times the fucking money he ever would as a general.
Right. I dropped the comments in the chats, by the way. So if you guys want to look at the chats right now in all the platforms on Twitch, YouTube, WTF Nation Radio, and U.S. Army WTF Moments, the article that David, I thought it was a pretty good fucking article that I'm gonna drop it here in our ops chat too. That Davis Winky from Army Times had an interview with General Donahoe, and I'm just like, reading this stuff, which also has the 41-page report from the IG in there as well, and I'm just like, I don't know what's more shocking, the fact that he got hemmed up for that, and then the Army said that it was bringing bad publicity because he was defending women in the middle. It doesn't matter what group it is and all that, and then everyone trying to jump on the COVID stuff, which you guys know that General Donahoe was pretty supportive on the COVID policy when it was voluntary and when it was mandatory. Yep. He had probably the most, when he was the ops over in 8th Army Korea, probably had, I don't want to fucking say this, but I'm him and Mike Levine. I gotta say Mike Levine. I gotta say Mike. Broadcast Mike, our friend. Broadcast Mike Levine. Those two hand in hand had the best messaging program for COVID and discussing mitigation factors for the theater. Probably had one of the lowest fucking cases of COVID for service members overseas. And also, coming back over here, I mean, think about this. I'm glad you brought that point up, Heather, about housing. These colonels, these lieutenant colonels that homesteaded at Fort Benning for all this fucking time, that decided what? They just decided now that General Donahoe was fucking toxic because he wanted them to do some shit, or he wanted them to fucking. My mind, I'm like that meme, just blown the fuck away.
Mm-hmm.
Blown the fuck away how these 06s complain about not getting congratulated for making a fucking assignment or didn't get the job that they wanted. God, oh my God.
They got a Bronze Star for showing up to Iraq though.
Exactly. Beagle just got his 3rd star. He's the commander of the CAC, Command Arms Center. But all this problems at housing, right? You can't tell me that General Donahoe at any time was at fault for any of this shit. And I mean, think about it. He just shows up and all of a sudden, hey, I want to see what's going on. Blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden now he's toxic when Benning's been that fucked up forever.
Mm-hmm. When he would come on our show and complain about that shit too. He would come on here, he came on here talking to us and the troops and be like, hey,
right, exactly.
Let us know. If it's fucked up, we want to help.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, but when he shows up,
when he shows up, now he's toxic. Yeah, bullshit. Yeah. You know, I'll be honest with you. He had, and I'll say it. He had a separate command against him. He had motherfuckers against him there at Fort Benning. I'll say it. There's exactly IMCO where the 06s didn't want a job. And also, I kind of joked about this too on social media. Is that, are we saying that infantry 06s are sensitive to not getting congratulated for going to us? You know how many times I've done some stuff and didn't get congratulated? You know what my congratulation is? Fucking orders.
Well, but I think that's a we talk about toxicity in the military, right? Toxicity. Doing something to get rewarded, that's one of the most toxic things the Army does. Sorry about it. I will defend that to the end. When we do shit As an NCO, as a junior NCO, I was taught my job was to take care of my troops. Above all else, take care of my fucking troops. Accomplish the mission, but take care of your troops. And then these guys fucking pick up 06 and they get,
It's not his fault.
whoa.
It's not a fault. You can't blame. You can't blame You can't blame toxic. I think they're projecting.
Absolutely.
I think they were projecting all their bullshit and all their toxicity on him and blaming it on him. Yep. You can't tell me that General Donahoe coming from Korea and then coming to the States and all of a sudden in 2 years all this shit was happening.
Yep.
I don't think so.
But you know what? This wraps around. I'm gonna swing it around.
Swing it.
Okay, so you got those captains who keep their troops to fucking 2030, right? And go to their chain of command. Look what I'm doing. Look how good my guys. Look what we did.
Right. Exactly.
And they want that ARCOM or some shit, MSM, because they fucked their troops over, and then it just continues up. And that leader is the one who's picking up Bird Colonel and now mad because he's not getting the fucking credit he deserves.
Well,
Meanwhile, those fucking privates are cleaning Connex boxes till 2100 at night.
I mean,
not being able to go home and see their fucking wives and kids because their captain is bad with time management.
Right. You know, we got some Navy veterans, some naval veterans in the chats as well. Do you guys notice that the Navy, if you go out of the port really slow, they just fucking start relieving command teams? Like, you notice that? Like, if you don't follow certain procedures in the Navy, they relieve people left and fucking right. How many IG complaints and how much drama did those 06s before Donahoe showed up had issues? Why doesn't the Army do that? Why doesn't the Army do that? Oh, well, and I'll be honest with you, the system of weaponization of the IG, that's my biggest thing too. It's like, now you can cry and complain, and now the Army, this just sent a message to the entire force that if you try to do the right thing to protect and speak for your soldiers and stand up for your soldiers, service members, whatever, that you're going to be hung out to dry if it's bad publicity. Like, they did it to a fucking general, dude. They did it to a 2-star.
Right.
We're not talking about some private who posted a mustache memo and they're not going after. Did you see that memo? Somebody got some.
I like this. Phil's right. If the Army went to the Navy Marine Corps standards for leaders, none of this shit would happen. 100%. Especially at that staff NCO level and that like kind of junior officer level. Yeah. I think what the Army misses sometimes with that compared to the Marine Corps, like certain things, like really, as far as I knew, all of my NCOs the entire time I was in the Marine Corps, their name was staff sergeant or gunnery sergeant or mass sergeant. I didn't know their fucking first names. I didn't know them. Didn't care to know them. Didn't ask. Didn't want to know. Every now and again, it might be on their placard on their desk. That's the only time you ever knew.
Right.
You know, like the professional level is so much greater there. And I think that extends to the junior leadership and extends down. And then when a lieutenant or a captain sees a staff sergeant or a gunnery sergeant, E7, sergeant first class, your platoon sergeant, controlling these things, right? It shows them, it gives them a certain level they need to be at. And I think we miss that in the Army. I think that sometimes, at least in the Army that I was in, you would have a sergeant first class who was trying to be your fucking buddy, who was trying to get, and I don't hate this idea. I'm not saying this is wrong, right? But because you can get more, you can catch more flies with sugar. I understand that. And one of my biggest things as a sergeant was, hey, you boys get this shit done. You can go. I got you. Right? I understand that. But there's also, I didn't have them to my house to drink beers. I didn't have them over to hang out with my wife and my kids. No, there's a distinction there, right? I'm Sergeant Radar. You're Private so and so. You do this. I do this. I will keep the rain off you if you fucking clean up down here. And that was that level there. Those distinctions were made. And I think that sometimes in the Army, depending on your command, every command is different. Every MOS is different.
Of course,
I understand all this. Like, you know, you get into some places, you really do need to have. You get into special forces, for example, you got to be fucking tight knit. I get that. I understand that. It's a different world. I'm not saying that. But for the majority of the military, if like same with the Navy, They're really big on you're fucking chief. You don't even eat in the same mess. I didn't, when I went on ship for the Marines, I didn't even fucking see an E7 unless he was in his workstation, and then he was telling me what to fucking do. I didn't that distinction there. It's so clear and concise. You don't have that intermingling.
Right.
Now, they didn't have the budget. Our shit sucked because we didn't have the fucking budget. The Army and the Air Force did. Right. We were flying fucking helicopters that were 10 years older than my dad at the time. The helicopter that I flew to Afghanistan on had fucking bullet holes in it that were fixed with beer cans back in fucking Da Nang. So there's differences there. I understand that, but we lose our professionalism, and that breaks all this down.
No, you're right.
But if
you're right, you're right. No, I mean,
we just need. But going back to retention, we swing this all back to retention. If we take care of our troops as NCOs, because I know there's guys who are active duty that are listening to this right now. If you take care of your troops, they're gonna want to stay in. It's the way it works. They feel like they are part of something greater, and they feel like they're doing something productive and constructive with their time in the military. And if they're not, they get to go home and hang out with their family and their friends and their wives and their kids and do whatever. Treat it more with more respect, and treat your guys with that respect, and it will come back up. And I think we lose that idea that respect's a two-way street.
I think not only that the respect part of this two-way street, it's that the expectations of nowadays of that applied toxicity. What you remember I was saying is projection, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I wonder how many of those colonels that fucking complained about him. I wonder if what was their command climate like when they were commanders? Did they do the same thing that they were complaining about General Donahoe? Did they do the same thing that they were complaining about not thanking their soldiers or not people first shit? I'm telling you what, the fucking housing that's over at Benning is a trap. And again, I'm not blaming it at all. I'm pretty sure that as soon as General Donahoe showed up on post, he's like, "What the fuck is this? What the hell's going on here?"
When did I start doing this? Like 2016? I think I started 2017.
Yeah.
And one of the first shows I was on with you was fucking talking about shitty barracks in Benning.
Yeah.
And those guys plunging the fucking sinks out and shit because they were overflowing.
Yeah.
And so we can go back and pull up the shows and show that it was a problem well before he got there.
Yeah.
And it's not just Benning; it's the whole bunch of the military is like that.
Well, it just pissed me off is that the army thought it was so cool. Let me tell you what, it took General Donahoe, Doctrine Man, Megan Yantos, and Mike Levine and Kelsey Cochran to have me come public, to become public and sit in the panel at AUSA and engaging. Remember, they had that fucking big thing. Oh, leaders need to be engaging, and leaders this and leader that. It pissed me off is that had I known that all this shit would have happened, I don't know, I probably would have like lowered my profile when it come to how do I say this? I don't want to say lower my profile, but I think I would have been. In other words, I look back at coming out. This sounds kind of weird the way I say it. Coming out, me going public at AUSA in 2019. This defeats all the purpose because General Donahoe was on that panel. Mm-hmm. Megan Yantos was on that panel. The OG, the original of the anonymous, meme account, Doctrine Man, Steve Leonard. We all on the same panel talking about engaging leaders and engaging on social media and engaging in the space, saying about not ceding the information space to the enemy. Ensure we have the narrative under control. Ensure not under control, but we're out there preaching the narrative as the points of contact for like command, like he was there for, or like academia, like what Steve Leonard was there for, and what Mike Levine talking about this, and then a younger woman, a woman officer serving, Kelsey Cochran, and then myself. Me being an admin and me being part of WTF Nation Radio, that was like okay. Yeah, I'm trying so hard not to say I came out exactly that.
I wish I had a drop button. I'd play that song right now.
Well, when I came out at USA, and this is what happened. I decided to come out, and Macon was so nice and said, But anyways, it again. I just don't. It just defeated the purpose. It's like at that point, everybody knew General Donahoe in that side of the house, in that space. He was in the open. Everybody knew, and they should have paid attention to how his quips were and all that. Do I think that he's do I think that how do I say this? Do I think he could have handled it any other way? Knowing Donahoe's personality myself, I don't think it could. Just like any of how you would handle this yourself, or how I would handle something like this myself. If somebody was popping off on me on social media about some stuff, and you've seen the drama that I get, I'm gonna clap that shit back. What are you supposed to do? Just sit there and not take it? Because then the soldiers see that you're not defending the junior enlisted the junior enlisteds or the officers. I mean, this is a training environment. Mm-hmm. So I just and again, you're not going to curb someone's personality. There's a difference between trying to curb somebody's and trying to crush somebody's personalities as opposed to being. Yeah, exactly. Those colonels were pearl clutching his strong. Yeah, they're like, oh Jesus, he's talking about me like that. That's so mean. He didn't congratulate me. He didn't thank me. I wonder what they were like. I wonder what they were like as commanders. Those colonels.
I wonder. I wonder what they're like as lieutenants.
Hey,
you know what I mean? Honestly, like
shoot me those. Shoot me those fucking. Shoot me some OERs.
Yeah, no shit. Well, but it gets back. Like I said, they're creating an environment that beta kernels,
exactly, exactly.
But I mean, when you're in that command, you're creating that environment. What do you expect to grow? Then that we talk about, and I'm not saying that anybody in that level is perfect, nor are they all evil. I'm not going to say that. That's a little. I feel like sometimes people care more about their reputation than doing the right thing. And it's hard. That's a human reaction to results, and that's very hard to get rid of. So I'm not trying to, and this is not just these colonels in particular, but that is a lot of people in leadership positions in the military, not just the Army. But we have to look at the reason this fucking page is here, the reason that we're talking about any of this right now and everyone's listening, the reason this whole fucking thing exists is there's been toxicity and poor leadership and poor management. And we want to be helpful and we want it to stop because we do care about soldiers and we do care about the Army in general and the military as a whole. I feel very patriotic, and I feel like the military has done great things for me, and I feel like I want to give back to that. And I feel like my brothers and sisters who still wear a uniform should be treated with dignity and respect and get all the things they deserve. I don't feel as though like, well, I had to suffer through it, so you have to suffer through it. I'm not in that boat. I want to make things better, and I want to see things improve and get better for my son and his comrades and the people who are sitting on the fucking border in Poland right now, waiting to see what's going to pop off in Ukraine or whatever. Wherever these guys and girls are at, they need to be treated with a certain level of respect. And when you have people who have shiny things on their collars, then all they have to worry about is their next OER. They need to fucking remember what their job is. They need to remember what they are, what responsibility has been laid upon them to make sure that these men and women who wear the uniform that are out PMCS and trucks on Motor Pool Monday or fucking going to gunnery or whatever the fuck they're doing, that these guys have everything they need to take care of themselves and provide the best defense for our country as possible. And we have these guys and gals who are senior officers and all levels of the military right now who are more worried about the way they look on social media. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care about your OER. I don't care about I don't care about the medals on your chest. I have a whole fucking chest full of them, same as you, same as everyone else. I don't fucking mean a goddamn thing. If I wore those to work on Monday, nobody fucking knows what any of them mean. We know what each other's mean, but what's it matter? It doesn't matter at all. When they go work for CNN or Fox News or whatever, they'll put their shit on their wall behind them, and people are like, "Oh my god, he must have done something." But in all reality, most of those guys have done less than the fucking specialists who are sitting there right now wondering if they should get in or get out. You know?
Yeah, I know.
Like those guys, they were light colonels when the war on terror started, or they were majors. So they might have went on a couple missions in fucking 03 when they invaded Iraq.
Maybe that major shit stuck. You know how I feel about majors, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
XOs
but after that, they sat in the fucking talk and watched the world go by on fucking their Blue Force tracker on their desk.
That's what I'm saying though, again, he was getting trashed by Tucker Carlson, and he was also getting trashed by this fucking dude named Joshua Lippincott, which we talked about at the wall.
Yep.
And
Carlson's a fuck.
Yeah. It's I don't think he grasps. I don't think anybody in media and without knowing bits and pieces of how it is. It's like, I hate when someone talks about these policies suck. These policies need to be the way they're. I don't understand how can we don't have. I'm trying to think about what policy that's bad. Yeah, I'm trying to think I'm trying to figure out what is the policy. Let me see, let me get this right. So don't shit talk a woman in the organization about her ass. You have to make a policy about that. That's not fucking woke. If you have to make a policy, and it's like, well, we just can't like fucking have a policy. Well, it's because, we could just act fine. It's because dudes don't know how to fucking act equal.
Yep.
Dudes don't know how to fucking act. Hey, look, without making your comments and stuff like. Now, don't get me wrong. There's team building and there's stuff like, as you get progressed. I have known women soldiers who have had, and you've known women Marines that can outcuss several sailors and a truck driver at the same time, right?
Yep.
And so, but you could kind of know when it wasn't really sexual harassment. Now, I do agree that some of the policies, when you say don't fucking piss me off, like we had the conversation about Article 134 and paragraph 89, that shit's fucked up. That's not sexual harassment. You're fucking pissing me off, or you're being a fucking shitbag. Don't act like a shitbag. Yada 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 yada. That's not sexual harassment. Going and looking and grabbing a woman's tit, or what was that one dude that motorboated that fucking chick in her fucking chest? That's sexual assault and harassment. That is. Yep. I'm surprised the husband of that woman did not drive to the next formation and beat the fuck out of that commander. That's another thing too I don't get. I'm just gonna say, what would happen if your spouse was sexually assaulted and harassed and someone motorboated her?
I wouldn't have to worry about it. You've met my wife. Yeah. My wife would fucking handle it right there.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, she'd beat. You're right.
My wife would whoop some ass. But here's the thing, and this is where we get back to that respect. We should respect each other.
Right, but teammates would be expected to say, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing?" Right?
Absolutely.
That's what General Donahoe. That's what General Donahoe was saying. Yep. Hey, what the fuck are you doing? I mean, he didn't say that. Well, he's from Jersey. He might have said that.
Right.
It might be in his mind, but he had to like general. He had to
do
the general translator.
Professional.
He had to do the professional filter translator thing to say, whatever. But it just like anybody else who would stand up for somebody getting motorboated into formation, and somebody said, "Hey, that's fucked up," or "That's bullshit." You would want. I'm just blown the fuck away how much shit he got for defending them.
Mm-hmm.
And exactly that, Branko. What if it was our daughter? Man, if it was my daughters, I'm gonna tell you what. You can't say some of the shit that I can't say online what would happen if any of my daughters were exposed to something like that.
Right.
I just couldn't. I'd be like, what would you say? How would you approach that shit?
It better be far away so I got some time to calm down before I fucking get there. Yeah. But you know what, though? This is where I feel a little bit of duality on this, though. Is because it shouldn't be just be my daughters. It should be anyone's fucking daughter.
Correct.
And obviously you're going to be a little more defensive of your own offspring. That's the way you're fucking chemically designed to be, right?
Yeah.
But what Major John was saying was like, don't fucking do that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't fucking do it.
Yeah, exactly. Chocolate's got a perfect one in there. The General Donahoe translator. Don't be a shit waffle. Translated, don't do that.
Right.
You remember watching Key and Peele when Obama had the angry translator Luther? That's what I think General Donahoe should. General Donahoe, I'll be honest with you, that would be a good skit with two generals. Be like, General Beagle is speaking professionally, and then General Donahoe would be the anger translator, would be the guy who would like really say something. Because I know he would be the one to fucking say some shit. I'm sorry, we're biased. WTF Nation's biased because we support General Donahoe and General Beagle, and you know those.
You know what? And our shit's open. If somebody wants to come on here and try to defend that we should be able to sexually harass people, come on. I will gladly have that discussion with you. If you think you should be allowed to sexually assault people in the military, we'll have a discussion about it.
Yeah.
Because I can't think of any fucking. And here's the thing too: we talk about retention, we talk about people who want to come in.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about the bullet points we're supposed to be briefing right now.
Right, but we get back to that. Yeah. If you look at somewhere where sexual assault runs rampant and the people don't get punished, do you think you're gonna get quality people recruited into that environment? No.
Yeah. Exactly.
No.
Agreed.
And we joke, it's not gay, it's infantry. You know what I mean? They're
gay chicken. Gay chicken. You come on, you've seen gay chicken.
Yeah. I got two buddies end up getting married because they went back down. I got married to each other. Fuck it.
That's what I'm saying. I've seen gay chicken happen, and I said, don't do it. No, fuck that dude. I said, don't do it. Don't do it. The guy was gay. So when gay chicken happened and it didn't happen, I'm just saying, be careful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the good game, Pat. But I mean, that gets back to having those levels.
A level of professionalism. Like, think about this. How many times have you been JMPI'd by a woman jump master? Yep. Now, you know the sequence of JMPI is very intimate.
Can be.
It can be very intimate. I've JMPI'd too. I'm touching. I'm doing that leg. I'm doing the checking the leg straps, going up like that, and I'm sweeping and I touch. Bam. Doing again. I touch there. If you see a JMPI and everyone's like, oh no, that's sexual harassment. No, you can't say it. That's different. It's that level of professionalism. Bam.
Only if you moan.
Well, I mean, exactly. And I've done that before.
But that gets back
that's
to
funny. That's what I get. But that's what I'm saying. The professionalism of at the team level. What is when you totally know that oh shit, you missed a spot. I've said that. Yep. I've said that. And like whatever. I've had that told to me by women jumpers or hey, you're gonna slap it hard enough. I'm like, whoa, hey, whoa.
Yeah. But it gets back to that level of professionalism. That professionalism, if it's there. And then you build a rapport with people, right? If you're professional all the time, and then you go do that, they know what they know what to expect.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you're just all fucking wimbly pimbly fucking as an NCO or a staff NCO or as a jump master, right? If you're a fucking non-committal fuck who's just fucking bouncing around, acting basically like an old specialist.
Yeah. No, I'm saying,
right? Then that's where it takes us as NCOs to stand up and be that thing that people look up to. Not put yourself on a pedestal. Don't be a fucking dick about it, but just carry yourself every day and think to yourself, how do I want my troops to view me? How should they view me? Right?
Exactly.
And I learned that a long time ago, and I was in boot camp, and they're like, and I remember those guys standing up there, my drill instructors standing up there and saying, there's two types of NCOs in this world: the ones you want to follow, and the ones you don't want to be around. But you can take every one of those as a lesson. You can either, take the good and leave the bad and make yourself a better leader.
I don't want to be like that NCO, so I'm not going to act like that. You know what I mean? Exactly.
Right. And you take that and you survive in that, and you watch how people no one is more professional than I. Period. Be that. Live that. Don't just say it when you pick up sergeant and then just I learned this at PLDC. Now I'm going to fuck off. No, take care of your shit. Be that. Emulate those values. We, or don't fucking give us a class. If you're gonna either emulate core values Or don't make people sit through the
And
yeah.
enforce it. Then you don't have to worry about having a class because you'll see somebody getting slammed and nailed to the wall. You see these, like I said, that leader who motorboated that airman, I think it was the airman's, chest, motorboated their chest, he should have nailed to the fucking wall.
Yep, absolutely.
Nailed to the wall.
But you've got, I don't know, people that think that type of behavior is okay.
Yeah.
And I don't understand it. Nothing in my mind, even not just in the military, right? But now after being out for almost 10 years now,
right?
I couldn't imagine. So I work for the county, right? Could not imagine someone walking into the county offices and fucking motorboating someone there.
Yeah. At
all, period. That just blows my mind that people don't do that. Like, you got to be fucked up to think that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. If you're surrounded by, you know what? And that's right there with General Donahoe. He was surrounded by douchebags, and he was doing his best as being a leader.
Yep.
I'm going to admit some things too about this, about what was going on during that time in Benning, and I'm going to reveal some familial stuff. I had a family member attending basic training. And everything that I guess it's one of my family members, I guess you could say, it was my army soldier going through basic, going through Fort Benning, and General Donahoe was the commander there, and all he said is that, hey, Ken, it was top notch leadership. The way they handled COVID, the way they handled we understood that there were some things that the military had to do and all, and it goes back to another thing too. He supported the decisions that the DOD had made when it was voluntary, and he supported and he'd carried it out as well when it was voluntary, and carried it out when it was mandatory. He had no choice. Every other general didn't get any of this bull. We were, remember us roasting other leaders for what they were doing for COVID and saying, why can't you be like Donahoe? Why can't you be like 8th Army? Why can't you be like this? Look what you guys are doing. You need to be doing this. But for some reason, all the fucking trolls went after him, and then try to label suicide stats and try to label suicide stuff on that. Like, try to make a parallel to, well, you need to pay attention to suicide. Well, that's a no shit. We know there's suicide issues in the Army, and veterans have that issue. We know that. Yep. So that whole thing, man. At least he didn't go to PNOC. Ooh, yeah. I went to PLDC, Chakotay. I think, I have a feeling, Chakotay, me and you and I know each other on the reels. I'm just saying. I think you and I went to PLDC. I graduated PLDC in 1994. Me and General Donahoe joined the Army at the same time. He's got a little bit more seniority in the time of service, but. So,
1994, I was a freshman in high school.
Yeah. Indeed. So,
but we look at.
Go ahead.
I guess these new leaders, right? Because people we're gone, obviously. Our generation, even if I would have stayed in, I would have turned. I'd be in. See, when in '98 is when I went in. So I'm looking at 24, 26 years, 25 years. Right. It's hard to find NCOs who've been in 25, 26 years. You got some, but for the most part, they're a generation below me. Right. And same with officers. Right. A lot we're getting into that newer class, and these guys all grew up in the War on Terror. They grew up in Infinity War. They may or may not have had much experience with that pre 9/11 military. So I wonder how those guys and gals are going to take the Army forward.
I know this everybody wants to know what did he say about Tucker Carlson? What did he say to Tucker Carlson? He actually didn't say anything. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I know we don't want to talk. I know we don't. Spanky said this is the best not to do it. But this has a mix of Monday edition and Sergeant's time at the same time, so we could discuss this a little bit. Me and Spanky dragged his ass over the women's change of hairstyle and the pregnancy uniforms, and that's what me and Spanky, and we had a guest. A woman of color in SOF, NCO that I know, Becca Bragg, And we were talking about the hairstyle, and we were just totally dragging on Tucker Carlson. And so the way we were dragging Tucker Carlson, there's no comparison to what General Donahoe said. I'm going to post it right now. As a matter of fact, let me grab his. Here's what General Donahoe said in a subtweet, or you could say whatever. It's not even what it's right there. Look. This to me yesterday conducting reenlistment of one of the tens of thousands of women who serve in our army. Just a reminder that Tucker Carlson couldn't be more wrong. What the fuck's wrong with that? Here you go. Here's her.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. I, Maria Corona, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. I will obey the orders of the President of the United States. The orders of the officers appointed over me. According to regulations. And the Uniform Code of
Military Justice.
So help me God.
So help me God. That's what I'm talking about. So that right there, that tweet is what got everybody fucking lit the fuck up. Everybody was like, "Oh, this is so blah blah blah." That's what got, and it wasn't, and like I said, that's what pisses me off about that whole fucking IG complaint, dude. We can't say this because it makes the you know what? Just because of that, we're gonna create more shit for WTF moments. We're gonna grow bigger. We're gonna get bigger. Did you know in a couple of days it's gonna be our 12-year fucking anniversary?
I know, it's crazy.
12 years. U.S. Army WTF Moments has been around since January 7th, 2010.
You know what we've really done though? You know what I'm afraid we've done sometimes though?
Wait, hang on. Heather, hang on. Heather, what do you mean show the likes and the retweets? What's the big deal? What's the big deal? What are you looking at? 5K, 5,000, blah, 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 replies and stuff like that. Yeah. There we go. Is that what you mean? That was it. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's what Laura Ingraham, that's what Tucker Carlson, that's what all these motherfuckers were saying. This shit is not, that's not.
Oh, she's asking the Sergeant Major of the Army liked it. Probably. Hope so.
Yeah, the SMA even commented saying, "Hey, this is great stuff. You should always want to do this, and this." And he's right. Tucker Carlson couldn't be more wrong. God damn, we're even listening to a tank, too. That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah, that's what got that's what the clutching pearls and all this other stuff. This is, what, he probably, those two fucking colonels probably ratted him out. Those two colonels probably said, "Hey, this is the guy that here it is. Here's the guy. He's, you know what I mean? He's coming. He's talking shit. Isn't that some loyalty stuff?" So, anyways,
I don't know. I don't know. We talk about the fucking army, right? And problems with sexual assault, problems with this, and with everything, all the problems in the military. We try to fix them, and then you get someone with stars on their collar who wants to help, and it gets fucking blackballed and basically forced to retire.
That's pretty much why we exist, because that right there, you see your IG at work when they would go ahead and slam, and it's bad messaging, man, bad messaging from the Army. This right here, you want to go green to gold? Do you want to go to West Point? Shit, look what you did to General Donahoe.
Right.
Do you want me to go?
But in that same token, if we get good guys and gals, good soldiers to become good officers, maybe when they're wearing fucking chickens and stars, maybe they can make shit happen. Maybe they can fix shit. The wheels of the Army don't turn fast. They don't.
No, they don't.
There's nothing fast about that. But maybe if we quote unquote woke. Maybe the military needs to get quote unquote woke a little bit. Maybe we don't need furries pissing in fucking litter boxes in the barracks rooms. But maybe we need these fucking sergeants and staff sergeant first classes who are sitting here and be like, hey there, troop, you wanna go green and gold? You wanna go to college? Maybe they need to go to fucking college.
Just don't wear sex masks, because you know that's a. I'm gonna give you an on the spot correction if you're wearing that fucking doggy mask under the.
Yeah. That'll go ways go.
Anyway, we're gonna take a break because we still have more breaking shit or more.
Oh, yeah.
More stuff that we have to talk about. We gotta take a break, refill our glasses, hit the head, and man, this is woo. I love this shit. I'm liking this. This is awesome. So yeah, so everybody take a break, smoke them if you got them. Take some notes down, because get some screenshots ready, because we're going to be posting some more shit. So with that, shots. See you in a sec.
What is this Facebook Live? I've never heard of this shit.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue.
Nothing feels the same. Let it all be I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Yeah. And we're back. Shit, son. Yeah. Sorry, I'm in the mood. We got more stuff. More stuff to talk about. More stuff to release to the nation. Some hot takes. This is gonna be fun. And a scenario that brought up a policy that you can't believe is gonna happen. Oh, Lordy. Law Hammersy. So, we were talking about retention.
Yes.
And you know what? I had an idea. You know what? Let me see if I can pull this up. You know what? We were just playing with the sound, dicking around with the sound, of course, again. And I sound like Rick and Morty. Well, you know, because I'm the backup for Rick and Morty sometimes, and I like to talk shit. Look, Morty, these fuckers in the army are really fucking it up. Sorry. I have quite the knack for voices. So,
start calling you Pickle Ice.
It's Pickle Ice.
Oh shit!
Or I could do Alex Jones. You better shut up, because I'm tired of these gay frogs coming out here and just telling us these fucking psyop guys. Okay, so we gotta get the deeds. We got spicy, exactly that, because I'm Latino. Yeah, you look at my DD 214 and 214. Was I a bad boy once a time? No, I wasn't really a bad boy. I just had those awards submitted late. Everyone's like, we got to find a reason to bust this guy.
Apparently, I know with mine, they got mad at adultery or whatever.
It'd be like W. Yeah. You guys know what a 215 is? A DD 215 is the document that I used to added stuff. I did get awards that were sent to me when I retired that I didn't know I got when I was retired. And I was like, damn, you guys are like late.
Did you send in a 215 or no?
I guess classified. No, actually I did not. I think Chocolate's breaking my balls a little bit. And then my DD-214 is quite long. Everyone, when it was printed out, it's like a half a ream of paper.
had to change toner halfway through.
Change toner. They had to go from the. They had fucking like they had to switch it from. Matter of fact, they had to roll it from the old onion paper shit from back in the day, Vietnam stuff. They had to then chisel it out, copy it from the fucking Dead Sea Scrolls and the tablets. Okay. So the next,
it's on microfiche and shit.
I got microfiche? You damn right. Okay. I still have my 2.1. What was it? My 2.1 file, my 2-off on 2-1. I still got a copy of one of those things. The old Jumps LES. Yes, it was. It was. Okay. So the big news. We were talking about retention.
Yes.
Talking about big stuff for retention. Yes. So there is going to be, now mind you, this is all breaking. I have a whole section I have a whole wing in the National Archives. Not just a section. There's going to be stuff that the WTF Nation is going to be posting on Twitter and on the main page and Facebook. So be on the lookout. I was given permission to peruse through the files and go, yes, this is pretty cool. I like this. Can I talk about it? And yes, I am authorized to talk about several items that are going to be released soon. So there's going to be a new Army policy that is going to be released in the coming days based on, specifically focused on recruitment. So that means service members E1 through E3 that recruit somebody that they ship to IET will automatically get a promotion to the next grade. And after completion, they will be eligible for a recruiting ribbon that's worth 10 promotion points.
Wow.
10 promotion points. So instead of the National Defense Service medal that y'all should have gotten.
They don't do no more.
They don't do no more. Sorry. Thank you for my service. It's already gone.
I know. I almost did that tonight. I almost went and pinned one on my shirt.
Yeah, we should do that, right? We should walk around with our freaking, our freaking. I've seen a Medal of Honor version. Somebody made a Medal of Honor version of National. I have a star on mine because I was old, and so I have a.
We should get with those license plate bracket people or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So a PV1 could get a recruiter ribbon. Yes, 10 promotion points. Look, this is now the dead. I guess you'd say dead army or something like that. Whatever. This is not.
See, they talk shit about that, but when they graduate basic and AIT, they're going right to USREC. Yeah. They need to know that.
I was about to say, you got to be careful. I'm not saying you shouldn't go to USREC, but I'm saying you shouldn't go to USREC.
However, fuck private.
However, there are some the command structure now for commanders now. High speed officers are now going to get sent to USREC.
Good.
Everyone gets a trophy. You get a ribbon. You get a ribbon. You get a ribbon.
Yep.
So 10 promotion points. If someone E1 through E3 recruits somebody that they ship to IET, will automatically receive a promotion to the next grade. Upon completion, they will receive. Fuck, how come we didn't get that shit? Could you imagine why it's got to be E1, E3? How come, you got to kick some over to the sergeants, bunk sergeant, staff sergeants?
Yeah, they're the ones who need 10 points.
yeah, exactly. The staff sergeant to staff sergeant promotion. There's a struggle. They're on the struggle bus.
Oh shit.
So,
because during COVID, they just sat around, all did their college courses and their fucking correspondence courses. They maxed out all their points.
Right.
So,
yeah, that's how we create colonels.
That's how I picked up Sarn. I'm not even gonna bullshit. I got hurt in Iraq, right? When I got hurt and they had me fucking sitting in my fucking chew for hours and hours and hours. I sat in there for like fucking 3 weeks. All I did was do correspondence courses.
Yeah,
you got a fuck ton of points. It's like, hey, guess what? You're pinning Sarn tight.
Well, some of the things that I laugh, how the old oh my god, could you imagine Colonel Scott Mann, Lieutenant Colonel Scott Mann, the writer and of Elegy of the Green Beret, the author of the Pineapple Express and the creator of Elegy of a Green Beret. Could you imagine him showing up doing USREC as Lieutenant? He'd tell like it is. No, you can't. You can't. Don't take off that silly band. He'll fuck you up. Now I laughed at some of the. I laugh at some of the NCOs that were back in the day, pre-GWAT, that talk about how bad the Army was, and we need to do this, and the Army's so fucking weak, and all this. I'm like, you know what the fuck? I remember pre-GWAT Army. They didn't do shit. They didn't do shit. I mean, going to the
fucking money.
Yeah, going to shit. We're like comparing each other's fucking starch BDUs, and then try not to step on each other's polished boots. That's what we kind of did, and I'm thinking, you guys going back, that's the hardcore shit you want to go back to. So all the time that you said knock out correspondence courses, bro, how many I maxed out on correspondence courses because we didn't do shit.
There's shit else to do.
We didn't.
That's
do
what
shit.
they did. That's what they did. Rona too. That's all they did. When Private Radar got to his deal. That's what they just had him sitting in his room. Hey, do correspondence courses. We're not training. You can't be around anybody.
Right. So I just laughed at everybody who was like, oh, this stupid old. Blah, blah, blah. So next up.
Well, we do talk about that. It was the good old days.
There was kind of think about that. That was kind of the good old days. I mean, you had
It was until your fucking uniform is so fucking starched, and you have to go stand in formation for 2 hours in like the fucking California heat or some shit like that. Yeah. Yeah. And you got 2 gallons of stay flow and your fucking BDUs, and they stand up on their own.
I'll be honest with you. I don't. Everyone talks about. I'm gonna tell you what. Everyone. I'll admit it. I'll admit it. I'm gonna say I'm an E4 Mafia at heart, but I don't. As soon as we went to fucking ACUs, wash and wear, no polishing the fucking boots, bro. It was neutral. Mop and glow on it. Well, depends on what boots they were, because I was in airborne status, and we had somebody from Fort Bragg who was in my platoon, and he said if you saw anybody with jump boots, and this was a fucking staff sergeant in our platoon, he was a squad leader, but not my squad leader, and he said he was gonna beat some ass if you were wearing jump boots and you don't have any airborne wings. You better not be fucking wearing jump boots, you fucking legs. And that's when I was, that was back in the day. So it was neutral. So he taught us how to polish the boots. He said, he's like, when you ever get to Fort Bragg, go to this place called Ramon's, Da Boot Shop. And if you go to Da Boot Shop, I wonder if they're still open. He's like, you'll just like whatever. Oh yeah, King Smith. And so I'm like, okay, cool. Sup, Jennifer? Sup?
God, I remember I was telling the boy about the first time I was a corporal when the Marine Corps got their uniforms. They got the Marpats before the ACUs came out, and I'm standing there in formation, and it was Monday morning formation, got all our shit almost starched, fucking spit polished, good to go, right? And we would just randomly draw squad leaders to do uniform inspections for our little platoon, and they're like, all right, Radar, you're up. All right, tight. So I go and I do open race march, all this shit. And I go and one of the fucking guys, and he's like the third guy in, had the new Marpats. And I look at my gunnery sergeant, and I'm like, how do you inspect a uniform you don't iron and boots you don't shine?
Right.
Yeah, chevron placement. Because we all had pin on chevrons. That's the only thing I could fucking figure out.
So you actually tried to bring common sense to the Marine Corps when you were a Marine before you joined?
It went out the window. It just was fucking done.
I was just like, I was just saying, I just think it's kind of funny that, the boot shop. So anyway, so when I did get to brag, the boot shop, that's what, you drop your stuff. Gray Winters in PTs and that suck. And the gray. Yeah, Gray Winters. That's right. I still have a pair of the Gray Winters. I even have a pair of the Killer Bees.
Wow.
Let's go out there. Yeah, we'll just go out there. Anyways, what was I gonna say?
Yeah, those fucking gray shirts. Can you still buy those gray shirts somewhere?
Oh man, those are some ball.
Those were the most comfortable shirts.
Yeah, exactly. When they got wet, it was cold, but they were until we went
when you get any t-shirt wet, it's cold.
Right, but until we went to the Nike brand, and then once we went to the Nike brand, it was like wearing a fucking a freaking Glad bag. All right,
there's got to be some Army Navy store somewhere that still has those.
Yeah. So okay, so the next thing we're talking about, and this is just a sneak peek. Don't know what the details is on that one, but this is AR 670-1 stuff. And that is the body art directive that's going to be coming out. And the body art directive, do you know what it's about? Don't know what it is? It's going to be an update to the tattoo policy, and kind of curious to see what it is. I wasn't able to go ahead and grab some of the notes there. And then, then freaking how do I say this? Without fighting, but piercings and body art stuff and all that. So, yep. Let me see what else. Okay. This next one. This is not trolling on anybody. This is not shit talking on anyone. But if there's a policy, you know how that is. If the Army comes out with a policy, that means somebody did it or something happened to where I've said policy has had to come out. So, like, for instance, there's a change to 670-1 coming out to prohibit beards on females. Not making this up. Not making this up. Apparently, there was a trans soldier who showed up to formation and had some facial growth. Trans soldier said, shows up to formation. This is a story that has been verified, but of course, to the protection of, we like to protect the identities of the incidents, so that way. But this is no shit. The NCO went to correct trans soldier, saying that you cannot have a beard, and the trans soldier said, "There's nothing in the regulation that says that females can't have beards."
They're not wrong. They're not wrong. Seeing,
so you can just imagine the Matt Damon look of that NCO making that correction. You know that meme of math equations coming out in front of that dude, like in the oh man.
Yo.
So now there's going to be policy written in AR and DAPM 670-1 to prohibit beards on females.
That is let everybody have. But here's the thing, and this, God damn it, I want it so bad. As a beard wearer,
you want a beard, right? Everyone should have beards, right?
But here's the deal: and this is where I don't give a shit if you got tattoos or piercings or fucking whatever, but you're gonna have that fucking shitbag specialist who's made specialist 5 times, who's gonna have a fucking ZZ Top beard or fucking some bullshit like that, and be like, man, don't be a dick about it. He's going to get fucking one of those rings that make you look like a fucking, they put them under your skin and you look like a fucking lizard face.
Yeah.
He's going to be doing some shit like that. I have tattoos where I want.
Right, exactly. See, that's what it is. But think about it. Technically, that soldier was correct.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
That's what I mean.
If women got growing beards and the Army says there's no policy on it and you growing a beard, you can't.
But these are the same soldiers who will do 10 times the work to get out of doing the fucking work. Like they will climb fucking cell phone towers with their fucking sleeping bag to get out of cleaning the motor pool.
Imagine being that platoon sergeant making that correction to that trans soldier showing up with a beard.
I wouldn't even fuck. I just turn around and be like, Roger.
Imagine. Okay, well, as a card carrying member of being a first sergeant one time, I would fucking just like, I would have bursted out laughing at the comment. There's nothing in the regulation that says females can't grow beards, Sergeant. I would have laughed in first formation at that. I would have lost it. I couldn't stop laughing.
Yep.
And that's it.
I don't know if I would have laughed at him. I don't know if I'd have gave him the fucking pleasure of that.
I would have.
I could have kept it together. I would have fucking got back. I'd have got down the formation and I'd have called everybody of mine that I knew and be like, look what this motherfucker told me this morning.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So with that, females, no beards. Sorry, you can't grow beards.
I don't know. I think I really. I'm torn on the relaxed grooming standards. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all, but I'm torn on it sometimes because I feel like there's always those fucking troops that push the boundaries, and that's where
you're right.
You're right. E4 and below. Chill out a little bit.
Okay. Well, I think here we go because we're going to go into the next portion of our of pushing the boundaries right here. We're going to talk about another topic.
Let's do it.
On the 670-1 tip.
Yep.
That males can now have to have a limit to their chingon hair that they slick back. You see the dudes that have this long hair on the top and they just slick it back and it's really long. and then they could pull it back like a surfer cholo, like how I used to be when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Pull it right back, right?
Yep, they hop on the Road King after formation, right?
Yeah, and they got freaking that long hair that's just slicked back. Well, no more. There's going to be a limit. There's going to be a limit of length of how much long hair as a guy you can have on top, slicking it back.
Wasn't it 4 inches or something like that before?
I think it was I think they're gonna be more specific in how the length is to be slicking back. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You can't have like you said, it was a length of bulk for guys, and guys would just stick it back. Well, now guys are growing their hair slicked back, and I've seen hair go all the way to the back, like back like to a point, and it's like fucking shaved and shit.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be a limit to that. No more slick back stuff. Now, the guys getting pissed off, and here's another point. We've got another point. Here's another Matt Damon. I got fucking math equations flying in front of my face. There was no issue for women to have that. So why is there an issue for guys not to have it? That was a question that I got in some feedback.
You as a first sergeant, okay? Because 670-1, like every other regulation, has some interpretation to it.
Okay.
A little bit, within reason.
Yeah.
As a first sergeant, you can choose whether or not how strict you want to be in enforcing those rules. Yep. But
gotcha.
like, I don't think, and this is always my thing when I would do uniform inspections or as an NCO walking around checking out troops, whatever. As long as they didn't look like shitbags, I never really said much to them, to anybody. Women in general, like, because I remember I had this. She was a Marine. This is when I was a corporal. She came in and she just had a baby and was just disheveled, right? She just was, and as a father of a young child, I knew exactly the position she was in.
Right. Oh yeah, I've done.
Right.
I've done.
And so she would come in sometimes, and her fucking and female Marines are big on like the fucking moose, fucking tight bun, all that bullshit. And she'd come in, and I remember one morning she came in, she was like bawling. She's like, I've got these like 5 hairs that I cannot fucking deal with, and her fucking shit was all. She had her Lance Corporal chevrons on upside down. I'm like, whatever, petty officer, don't worry about it. And she got all pissed off and whatever. But I mean, like, you got to have a little bit of discretion. You got to be like, you got to have that kind of compassion for your soldiers, for your troops, and say, hey,
but don't
look like shit.
But is that the guys doing the same thing too, though? Knowing that there's not really a reg in it, and they're just like pushing the edge. They know that. Okay, come on, dude. You're skirting the edge, and there's nothing written. Just like women with beards, right? So now I'm saying with the guys with the hair, because I've seen.
I've never taken a soldier or a Marine and fucking lift their hair, pull fucking ruler to them, be like, oh, it's over 3 or 4 inches.
No, I've never done that either. I was always impressed. When I saw women,
people can still grow hair on top of it.
Yeah,
that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pushing 100, so I ain't got no hair. My biggest thing is that I was always impressed with women that were able to. How do you do that fucking bun? That like it was, women Marines, women soldiers are the same thing. They're just like, and you're like, holy shit.
Right. And they got the fucking gallon tub of gel
of whatever. Yeah, exactly. And they get mad. Oh man. Like you said, I've had women soldiers in my formation that would be like, hey, like you got something here. And they're like, oh shit, I gotta go to the bathroom. And they come back and then they fuck with their shit and they come back and it looks like they just had it redone like in the morning.
I'd never fuck with them. Well, first off, most of those gals could be the shit out of me anyway. But
I had some, like I said, I had some good women soldiers that were pretty, and they would correct each other too. So that
here's the thing too, and I don't know how this is working now, but go get a fucking shaving profile.
No. We just
and they're not doing that anymore.
No. Now shaving profile is bad. Shaving profile is bad. Fucked up face, good.
And I don't know, dude. I know some of them dudes, people of color. I can shave my face fucking smooth the baby butt. I don't fucking matter. But I had some dudes in my fucking that I served with, man. You get a razor within 6 feet of them, and they'd have fucking bumps bigger than my earphones.
Yeah.
I wouldn't fucking destroy my face like that. Same profile.
What the hell's ordnance have to do with this? Down with
you
ordnance.
Ain't ordnance, you ain't shit.
Someone's like, down with ordnance. I'm like, what does that have to do with hair?
Fucking, I don't know.
Okay, so you saw a post. You saw a post on the main page, right? Of okay, let me take that back. Let me be specific. Let me be specifics on the main page. This has now been rescinded. But you've seen this. Mustaches of any kind are not authorized. Of course, this has changed.
Ooh.
So now what? So now what? Now you can say what? I didn't have a problem with any of my soldiers having a mustache. I didn't give a shit. Even females. I was gonna be that guy that said, "Oh shit, she needs to shave her. She needs to shave her shit. God damn. She's got a fucking, God dang, dude, my fucking."
We had this
She's got
dude.
fucking peach fuzz like me when I was a teenager.
Well, I had this this female. She was cool as shit. She was cool as fuck. But she had one eyebrow. And what I went to maintenance control. I was aviation when I was in the Marine Corps. And I went to maintenance control, and there was a female sergeant in there, and I was bullshit with her or whatever. She was in supply, and I was getting some stuff done. Anyway, I digress. But I was like, is there a regulation that you have to have two eyebrows? Because this gal don't. And she's like, I don't know about that.
Ooh, I've never had that conundrum.
Because it was like as thick as my beard all the way across. It wasn't like a couple in the middle.
When I was a Joe, not an NCO, when I was a Joe, there was an individual who had a small mouth. His mouth wasn't like, it was really, I don't know, it's just like really small, right? And when he grew a mustache, according to Army regulation, with the legit big Army taper, it looked like a fucking Hitler mustache. I mean, I was like, everyone, he showed for, it was like a 4-day weekend or something like that, and he was growing his shit in. And I was like, people who, I don't want to say people who have big mouths can grow good mustaches, but I'm just saying people with big mouths generally have a good mustache. Frank, I don't want to fucking, next thing I'm going to have guys fucking get emergency surgery and get their,
their mouths
widen up because I was on the fucking air saying that they need to get a big mouth to go to grow a mustache. Well, this guy had a small mouth. If you like a real small pointed, like real pouty small mouth. So when he tried to grow a mustache according to Army regulation with a taper to the edge, holy crap. It was, even my platoon sergeant was like, "You got to shave that shit. You can't be walking around here looking like Adolf." And you're like, "Adolf who?" He's like, "Adolf Hitler, motherfucker. Look at your face. Go
shit.
Go fix your shit, dude."
Yep.
Yeah, Botox them lips private. Exactly. Okay, so the status of this post, everyone's going, this post. This post was rescinded. It was an update. The policy was rescinded. Thanks to you, the WTF Nation. This was rescinded. Now, of course, we had a lot of drama. Individuals saying that the person who posted this, it said it was receiving death threats. Look, at any time at a post that happened, please let us know. Don't just say death threats are happening. Drop the receipts. Drop the receipts. I want to see, you want to fucking sit there and say that something that the WTF Nation is causing somebody to receive death threats, send it to us.
Yep.
Don't be just saying that shit because you don't like the post because your buddy got fucking called out on social media. Don't fucking do that shit. So that was rescinded. So that was, I guess you could say that, how we looking on the 670-1 front? I think we're done with that one, right? I think we're.
I'm gonna go on the record though. I'm pro beards.
Yeah.
I'm pro beards.
Yeah,
men
pro
and
beards.
women. Men and women. You want beards? As long as they're neat and trimmed. Take care of your shit.
Right, exactly. There's nothing wrong with that. With me, that one time, you guys were laughing at me because I was eating and I had freaking all over my food, and that's why I shave my beard. For me, it's a maintenance thing, and I got baby ice running around, and it's just like, just frustrating. So there we go. Now, of course, you know that the Department of Defense has now been released. As of this year, you're supposed to be getting up to 12 weeks within the DoD for caregiver leave for a newborn. So, we already have the Army parental. We already have the Army directive for parental leave already for your newborn. But this is 12 weeks for parental leave. I think this is awesome.
I think it's great.
I mean, plenty of times. I think Baby Ice has seen more time, has seen more training meetings. I know you guys used to laugh at me when I was still in, and you would see him rocking my baby Bjorn with the kid going to meetings because, hey, little man was rocking it. Okay, so that's the 12 weeks. Now here's the big one. This is the big one. This is the one we just posted, and now everyone's going, oh, now you guys want to post this. Effective immediately. This was posted. This was, by the way, if your leadership has not distributed this to you, I'm just going to say your leadership. I'm just going to say about your leadership. That's all.
Yep.
And that's all I'm going to say, that your leadership, whatever. Everybody knows that the jab has been a serious freaking political touch point for all the baby Ice Cube. So the Rona shot, this was published before Christmas. Commanders will immediately suspend processing and initiation of any involuntary enlisted or officer elimination actions based on the soldier's refusal to comply with the DoD COVID-19 vaccination order. Commanders will not take any final action on involuntary separations already in progress. General Officer Showcase authorities will suspend forwarding actions to the Commanding General, HRC, the United States Military Academy. The U.S. Army Cadet Command will suspend cadet separation and disenrollment proceedings in accordance with applicable regulations and policies. For separation or elimination actions, including soldiers with transition leave, where separation authority has already directed separation and separation orders have been issued. This was published before Christmas. So if you have some of those leaders that kind of held back and didn't say much about it, that's what happened. And we'll just post it. Hot off the press. It's, again, some of the stuff that I'm giving you guys right now in this LPD is a sneak peek of what's about ready to be distributed to the force. Or actually has been distributed to force, but we're just keeping you up. So I survived the boring out. Well, then see you later. I survived Iraq. Coming in here mid-show, almost the show's already done. You don't like it? Well, then, deuces. See ya.
Yeah, bye. See you.
Yeah, see you. Well, thanks for hanging out. Make sure you share, like, and follow if you don't want to. Love you, mean it.
I think the thing that, about the Rona shot for me, this is me, is I think a lot of the talk can be said about the anthrax shot when we were in. That it is a force multiplier. It's not just. I think the whole thing has gotten out of hand a little bit. I think both sides of it, both extremes. I think it should be something that, God, it's a hot button topic, isn't it?
It is, man. It is.
I don't think we should kick anybody out over it, but I think it should be encouraged.
Well,
but that's just me. That's me. That's my opinion on it.
Funny you don't answer something. Hang on, this is one. Funny you answer something you don't like. I say everything, dude. You don't even understand. Okay, hey, look, I survived the war in Iraq. You don't understand. WTF Nation Radio, U.S. Army WT Moments is an interactive experience where we actually comment on some of every feedback that you say in the chats. I could read 5 live chats currently as we speak. So must be 35 people in here. I don't know what that is. 35 what? No, there ain't 35 people. That's why there's 35 people? Okay, well, whatever. See ya.
I don't know. Back to the shot.
Yeah, back to the shot. Back to the shot. My bad.
We're doing shots.
So go ahead.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't see on both ends of it. I don't see people getting all fucking butthurt either way about it. Everyone's got their kind of their personal opinion on it. But we have to remember too that
so
if you're looking at getting deployed, right, to some shithole country. You're gonna go to the Middle East. You still gotta get your anthrax shot.
You're still gonna say shithole.
How's a shithole?
It is.
Those are shitholes.
Yeah, there's some places.
They're better now.
Yeah, they're better now because we were there.
You're not sleeping America. You're not sleeping in a GP medium. Fucking.
Right. So with the shot being rescinded, and this is from Morgan RJ1. Who provides all the updates and all the personnel issues, issues and mass messages and Alarax and all that, reporting back that the Rona shot, even though it has been rescinded, the Army has been contacting those that were kicked out to offer them to return to come back.
Fuck that.
Return to the Army and finish their obligations. Now, of note, all of them have declined.
No shit. Who the fuck's like, you kicked me the fuck out? Fuck you. Could you imagine getting that? Can you imagine getting that fucking letter? Could you imagine getting that letter?
Could you imagine getting it? No, again,
rocking your beard, smoking a joint, fucking playing Xbox, and then they're gonna send you a letter. Hey, you don't want to get the jab, so you want to come back.
You want to get the jab. What pisses me off is that a lot of these processes and stuff like that we're going through that were, again, like you were saying, it's a hot button topic. It was politicized, all the drama that was going on. What really kind of pissed me off about the whole fucking thing was it was due to the fact that everyone was ragging on their fucking soldiers for the religious exemption. For what? That's what pissed me off, is that leaders were hounding their soldiers, even when it was voluntary, when it came to religious exemption. Back in the day, you didn't fuck with people's religion and stuff like that. We just had a fucking war that you couldn't say anything bad about Islam because it would seem like we were anti-Muslim or we were Islam. We had Islamophobia in the force. So no, I'm not fucking kidding with you, man. That's what really happened. That's what really happened.
I cannot imagine getting that fucking. Because I didn't want to get out. I got medically separated, right? I didn't want to get out. They put me through this shit that said RAA Sergeant, you're done.
Yeah.
Can't take care of you no more.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine a fucking year later getting a letter being like, hey, we fucked up. You want to come back?
Like, Army, you better get that COVID shot. We're kicking you out. Also, Army, my bad. You don't need this shot, but you can come back if you want.
I'd be like, new phone, who did?
You just posted me on social media. You had every single leader drag my name through the fucking mud if I didn't want to get the shot.
Yup.
And then the next thing you know, you're freaking, ABBA is a bust if you're trying to get a DD-14 changed.
That's going to be a big one. Brandon brought up, wait till weed is federally legalized.
Oh, my God.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal with that. Brandon, I get it, dude. I get it. Here's the thing. There are going to be certain jobs that's just not going to apply to. Being in the military is one of them. Yeah. Can't be all fucked up.
Yeah,
can't be all fucked up.
No,
it's same with like truck drivers aren't going to be able to fucking have it in their system. Airline pilots, do you want some airline pilot? You want to get on that 737 on fucking?
You want to pull jump master duties
off during a tornado?
I'm sorry, I wouldn't mind the experience of doing airborne operations stoned, but you don't want me stoned doing airborne operations. I mean, I'm not saying that the experience of exiting an aircraft, going, wow, man, probably won't feel any bones breaking or something like that. Probably will forget some shit. I'm probably just like, oh, what's going on over here in this drop zone or something like that.
But yeah, let's barrel roll this month.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's going to be certain rule. I mean, even if it's legal, it's same way you can't show up to duty drunk.
Right. Exactly. So that's a good point. So that's a good point then. But that's a good point. Drunk. Now, do you think that's just like showing up on duty drunk? You should get slammed, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you get slammed if you fly in an aircraft and you're drunk on flying an aircraft. You should get slammed. So I think the same thing should happen if you're stoned on weed, even if it's legal. Does that make sense?
Yep. I agree.
So
the problem is, and this is where I think that this is what's been holding the federal legalization back. And I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole.
Right.
I am pro weed, 100%. If you want to smoke weed, fuck smoke weed. But there's no way to instantly tell in a test, like a breathalyzer, whether or not you are high at that time. And I think that is the biggest legal hurdle that weed has to accomplish, to jump over. That being said, if they can fix that, same deal. If you that how was this 30 days, give or take,
something like that, yeah.
Depending on how much you're smoking.
I'm not saying the weed back in the day as the weed opposed to now is different. I mean, that's some high octane weed right now that'll stay in your body probably fucking 2 months or some shit.
But if you're stationed at Fort Carson and you fucking go out in town and enjoy a little bit of what you can buy down the street, and you show up on Monday morning fucking sober, good for you. I don't think there's a problem with that.
Okay.
But you piss in that cup and it pops hot. I can't tell if you're stoned right now, stoned yesterday during formation, or stoned fucking last weekend when you were out of the club.
Somebody just imagine a Apache pilot flying a fucking with a blunt mouth. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, yeah, what are we doing now? Oh, yeah, I guess that's so cool, man. I guess that's why all the numbers are on the screen, man.
It keeps moving, dog.
Yeah, what's going on?
And that truck is white, dude.
Man, is that truck white? Why is everything so green, man?
Green and white, dude. All I see is green and white.
All I see is green and white. Oh, shit. I think wow, look what happens when I do this.
But in all reality, like I don't think it's any worse or better than and as I said, you're drinking a beer. I don't think it's any worse or better than that. I don't think it's any more of an issue than that. The biggest issue is actually being able to tell through some sort of test whether or not you you're under the influence right now, and that's the hard part. It's so tough.
I can see that.
Sorry about it.
Yeah, that's okay. No, I appreciate. I mean, me
So until
personally,
they can figure that out, I think
exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're right. I mean, we joke around about being stoned or doing some shit high, but I couldn't even imagine being stoned doing shit high, pulling jumpmaster duties, or would you want me as a drunk or a high jumpmaster, fucking doing airborne operation? You'd be like, what the fuck is up with this guy?
I am motherfucking Michael Phelps. I don't do shit better.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking, like I'm sitting there like holding onto a seat, going, "What the hell's happening?"
Yeah. Well, the Canadian it's legal in the Canadian military. Look, Canadian military apparently you smoke weed, you can grow a beard.
I'll tell you what, you provide us some stats and give us some links about that shit, and we'll post it on WTF Nation Radio's Facebook page.
Josh had a smoke a blunt while on a ruck march. I kind of get that. Because all my friends who are stoners, they love doing some shit in the woods. They get high and then they go out on the mountain bike But I mean, other than that, no, man. My back would still hurt. Yeah. I'm old though too.
Yeah, I'm just
thinking. It'd be cooler if I was like 18 again. I don't know.
Where's the evidence for that? Chocolate. Are you doing this for some research there, Chocolate? Do you want to just double check? I'm curious though on the stats of what the Canadian military has. You know what I mean?
Captain Wayne's got a good idea. They don't have chicken a la King MRA anymore, but maybe DFAC food would be so much better if you could smoke weed in the barracks.
I'm
just saying.
Maybe people will actually.
I'll eat them. I'll eat that medium rare chicken nugget now.
People eat. Bro, there's something crawling on your lettuce on your salad, man. Bro, everything's crawling on my lettuce, bro.
That's the brown lettuce, dog.
Yeah. Exactly. Whoa, man. Look at all these. Oh, man. Or you get the wrong strain that's got like some freaking. It's hilarious. Well, they did say that magic mushrooms is good for VA, for PTSD and stuff like that in the VA.
I had a guy, I work with veterans every day, right? And I had a guy, he was 100%, is 100%, he wasn't, he still is. And really bad PTSD, this guy did. And he was saying he did he was in Washington and did like one of those mushroom therapies, and it really, really did help him.
I'm always scared with that shit.
He was noticeably better when he got back.
For me, like, I'm not saying I know too much shit, but I know too much shit. I'm always afraid that I'm gonna I don't know. I have a fear of that stuff. I feel like it's gonna be you lose control. Or, you know what I mean? I don't like the loss of or the fear of losing control of my mind. You know what I mean? Because I'm sitting there going and I'm sitting there just tripping out, and then. Man, what's going on? Then next thing you know, I'm like, why are the walls bleeding? Freaking or some shit like that, and I start freaking out. That would be with me. I was like, for some reason, for me, if I were to try it, I'd fuck it up. You know what I mean? It would go bad for me.
Well, so he did it was a thing, and it was in Washington. I'm not sure exactly, or I think it was Seattle, but maybe somewhere outside of it. I don't fucking know. But it was like a retreat thing, right? And they do it. They have a regimented deal. Like they do it, and you're not like alone. You're like just tripping balls in the woods or whatever. You're in a controlled environment, and they have like people there like making sure you're okay and administrating the medicine to you and stuff. And so I think like I said, that dude he's still kind of fucked up. I'm not gonna say he's like good, but he is marketably better than he was. I like the guy. I like the guy a lot. The first couple times I met him, I was never sure if he was going to show up to work or not. Like he was the poster child for 22 a day. Really was. He was in a bad way.
Gotcha.
And he went and did that deal. Much better. Much better. After
See, I like hearing stories like that. That's where I hate when people say, no, that's snake oil bullshit. If it really fucking helps somebody and it really is helping them, why sweat it? You know what I mean?
Right, but I'm just saying maybe that's not for everybody though, too.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm like I said, I know shit. I'm afraid of shit that's gonna come out. You know what I mean? Freaking, start talking about killing all the Jedi at the Jedi Temple, and the next thing you know, I'm gonna be lit. So,
but maybe what he needed too was to kind of release some of those demons, and he wasn't fighting when he got back. I don't know. No, I never tried it. Like Jennifer said, he was a shroom buddy. Yeah, basically. But I mean, like if you got something like that, maybe that's the way to do it. I don't know. I know we paid a fuck ton of money to go do it.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I just
But he's also 100%, so he gets like fucking like $5,000 a month or some shit like that between his retirement and his VA shit. So
oh yeah, did you see we got some kick up for retirement? Did you see that?
Yeah.
I was like, man, holy of holies of holies. Dollar bills, Joe.
Yeah.
I was like, well,
Capital One got it all.
Exactly. What's in your one? Exactly. Oh shit. Thank you. Appreciate all the assistance from the VA and Army retirement for that. I was like, holy crap.
Like David just said, it helped Cheech and Chong. You know what? He was my roommate in Iraq. Love the kid. Love the guy to death. One of my best friends. I literally put my life in his hands multiple times. Great guy. We got back, and the VA put him on every fucking pill they had in their cabinet, and he was a fucking zombie. Now he's got his card because they just opened that shit in South Dakota, right? He got his card, and he actually works at one of the joints that grows weed.
That's fascinating. I guess if it works out for somebody, then it's great.
Yeah,
I support it.
He's in so much better place than he was on all those pills. 100%. I don't know about the mushrooms. Like I said, I only know one dude that did it. It worked for him. I don't know. It's kind of new, and it's still kind of mushrooms are kind of a taboo subject. And I think the problem with mushrooms is you can't control the dose as much.
Gotcha.
From what he explained.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. I don't know. I only know like one. I know people who do mushrooms, but I only know one person that would like talk about it.
It's that taboo topic, man.
Yeah.
So I mean,
good luck on your CMP.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to
that
say.
Shit's fucking.
All right, so what do we got? What do we got going on? We got some new. We got some things coming up. We got things. We got things coming up with our things.
We do.
We got things.
We skirted tattoos real quick though.
Okay,
we had a request to go back to tattoos. What is the just real quick? What is the new regulation on tattoos?
I think they're solidifying and they're being more. They're having more clarification on the hands and on the neck thing. The tattoos on the neck, or you know what I mean. There's going to be some clarification on places, prohibited areas, and stuff like that.
Right.
So.
But that's not set in stone yet, though, right? That's just kind of they're floating that idea around, or have they released a memo yet?
No, that's coming out. That's going to be released soon. So curious to see what changes there are. Like I said, there was a lot of documents that Morgan had. No teardrops. But yeah, once that comes out, always share, like, and follow. Look at all the information that you see on WTF Moments and also if you guys are on Twitter, if you guys are on Instagram, Twitter, fucking YouTube, we're everywhere, man, and stuff. So pretty excited to see some of the new changes about.
Yeah, we're gonna be about a show every night, aren't we?
Yeah,
every Saturday.
Yeah, I was about to say. So we did Sergeant's time with senior NCO stuff. What you got going on?
Well, next week I'm gonna talk to privates. I'm gonna do E4 and below stuff, man. We're gonna talk about probably about the same stuff we talked about tonight. Honestly,
but you're gonna be more angrier, or are you gonna be?
We're gonna be more angry. I'll be more ranty. You're gonna be more ranty.
So, so what is this? What is this exactly that you we're doing? What you doing?
Called the Smoke Pit, and we've been talking about it for a while. And this is back when I still smoked, like 4 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of hard now. I quit smoking, so I don't know if I still hang out. But yeah, we're gonna talk about all things Army from the E4 and below perspective. We want to be able to kind of talk about that stuff, talk about the stuff Joe's want to talk about, and have fun. And we'll probably talk about the beards. I think you're gonna smoke beards and grow weed or whatever. But no, we're gonna talk about all kinds of fun shit. We're talking about fucking, and I the more I think about it, the more I want it to be slightly, or kind of, I want it to be guided by the audience too. I want them to have input. I want to be real interactive with them. We want to talk about some shit and bring up. We'll talk about football. Talk about football. I don't give a shit. I don't know much about football, but we'll talk about it. But we'll talk about whatever people want to talk about. We'll it's gonna be like the fuck Smoke Pit, man. It'll be like kind of how our show was tonight, bouncing all over the place, having a good time, bullshitting, and just hanging out.
Yeah.
Giving people a chance to vent or whatever. Good luck finding the E4s. Hey, they know when the fucking party is, dude. They'll show up.
Right. Exactly.
But it'll be a good time, and yeah, I need a Wooby smoking jacket. That's a good idea.
Ooh.
And
like a some doodle.
Yeah, a little fucking not
smashing.
actually cognac in a snuffer glass. It'll be like or brandy. it'll actually be fucking that vodka, so choice crap orange juice vodka screwdriver. What was that stuff for the PX? It was just white. It said vodka on the label. What's that shit called?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, it
Secret
was
Choice or whatever that shit was called.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's awesome, man. I can't wait.
But yeah, that'll be a good time. And it'll be on Wednesday nights. We're gonna start it next Wednesday. Yeah, White Claws. We'll drink some White Claws too. Shit.
Dope.
Whatever you guys want to drink. We'll hang out. We're gonna have a good time, man. It'll just be a good time of shooting the shit.
You got a co-host too, right? You gonna have,
I do. What is her?
What's her name?
Handle going to be?
TZ. We're talking about TZ.
Oh, she's going by as TZ.
Yeah.
I need to sit down with her and figure out what we're gonna do.
You two. She's gonna come in and throw some of the junior NCO E4 Mafia stuff too. That's gonna be fun.
Yep.
I can't
It's
wait.
gonna be so fun. It'll be so fun. And you have to come hang out and we'll see if we can get CQ on. He's jealous I left him. He feels neglected.
I saw you guys freaking like you guys when you were in the earlier. He's gonna be on in a minute to talk about other stuff. But
yeah,
man, you two looked at each other across the room and I was like,
I
man.
know. I felt a little tear. I'd look away. I'd look away.
Oh man, so awesome.
No, but it'll be a good time, man. It'll be a good time, and I think it'll be fun to expand that a little bit, and I think it'll be a lot better too in a couple of weeks when we really get some topics going with the audience, and they can kind of, will TZ be? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know yet. Hey, I'm just barely figuring out how to like get logged on to shit. I'm not even 100% sure. Like, we might just listen to music. I might not be able to turn my shit off. I don't even know yet. Cause just hold on.
Yeah. Slow roll, cause.
Yeah, I gotta crawl before I can walk. Before I can run. I don't. I'm still crawling.
Cause like,
so it'll be fun. It'll be so fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to jumping on there and just.
And then speaking of sports, King Smith.
Yeah, dude, he was talking to CQ yesterday, or the day before.
Yeah,
about his show. He's gonna be doing some sportsing and stuff. Him and the coach are gonna be on shooting the shit.
That's gonna be good, man.
That's
gonna be a good time. Yeah.
If you guys didn't know, paying attention right now, you guys saw the Monday Night Football hit of.
Well, that's rough.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Rough,
well, the kid woke up, or Damar Hamlin. He's cognitive function is intact, and he asked if the team won, dude. That's like in the fields type stuff.
Yeah. That's really
yeah. I was like, man. So,
and that's. I'm torn on that a little bit. I feel super bad for the dude. I'm not trying to be shitty about it, and I understand canceling the game. I understand all of it. It's just it's rough. Maybe that'll bring some light to cardiac problems. When we talk about suicide, we talk about drug addiction, we talk about all these other things. But how many people in the country die from cardiac problems?
Did you see the hit? You saw the hit though, right? I mean, it was a savage fucking hit.
It was, but I mean, there's hits like that all weekend. You know what I mean? Like it was a bad hit, but there's bad hits every game. Like it man, it's scary. It's just so scary to see someone he's that young in better shape than I've ever been in my entire life just drop like a rock, man. Like, and I know like my old man's on like 4 heart attacks now and like bypass surgeries and shit. I know that I'm going down that same route too.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm sitting here drinking Hefeweizen and being fucking 50 pounds overweight. You know, maybe not 50, but I'm not thinning out. But you know what I mean? Like, so it's just maybe that we need to talk about that too sometimes. Yeah. Like we talk about all this other bullshit, but hey, you can kill yourself slow by just being a lazy fuck.
That hit, I saw watching the replay of that hit. Oh my God. And we posted a video on WTF Moments back in the day about that kid that got hit in the chest with a hammer. Did you remember that video?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And it was back at Bragg in the 82nd.
Yep.
And this kid got promoted to sergeant. And when they put the rank on him, his supervisor, his platoon sergeant, hit him with a fucking with a GP mallet. If you guys don't know what a GP mallet is, it's freaking huge. And the kid fell the fuck out. And that actually was man, we posted that shit, man, almost fucking 10 years ago.
Yep.
But yeah, that kid fell the fuck out because it had the same thing that fucking happened. He fucking stopped his stopped his heart. And matter of fact, let me look that shit up. Let me see if we can find it. And I'll post that up. Yeah, it caved part of his chest. It was a tent mallet. Yeah. Let me.
Yeah. So I was like, "Is that pre-workout? I'll kill you." I don't know, Brandon. I used to mix that shit with Four Loko. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, exactly. Hang on. Let me.
I'm just fat now. Fuck it. No, but I should. That was scary, dude. Then that just kind of brings in a little bit of memorial to people or remembrance to people that life is pretty short and man. And then when I read that shit today, and I don't know, and they're like, yeah, the guy. He asked if they won or who won, and the doctor was like, you did, you lived, or whatever.
You won the fucking gift of life. Here you go. Here let me screen cap this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this was on CNN. And hang on, let me go back here. If you guys remember, I'm going to switch screens, and there you go. And you see that guy right there. He got hit right there. Bam. That's the hit that fucking football player took. And everyone thought it was funny. Everyone thought it was cool. And bam, he was out.
Yep.
And so when someone says, "Hey, it wasn't that hard of a hit," that right there, it's like, oh,
right. That's what I mean though. Like and you look at like that first sergeant doing that shit, or all those hits on, like I said, any NFL game, like you don't ever anticipate something bad happening, but it can.
Right.
And when you ever think, you don't fucking think about that shit.
Right. Exactly. But I mean, fuck, man, you hit me. That's like hitting a fucking baseball player in the face with the bat and say, "Well, you didn't know he was gonna, sorry."
Yeah, I mean, but that's so. I mean, I don't know. I know me personally. I've talked shit about those guys making fucking millions of dollars a game.
Yeah, of course.
To play a fucking sport, and I'm like, "Fuck, pay me."
Yeah, exactly.
But they do that, man. That's tough, and that's scary. That's fucking scary. And like I said, that dude getting hit with the fucking, that's bullshit. But it is what it is. Yeah. Just today on one of my Marine Corps pages, there was some kid who picked up fucking Lance Corporal, and they fucking snake bit him, and he was bleeding through his uniform, and he's fucking going around proud of it. I remember that shit. That shit fucking hurts.
Airborne wings. I'm just saying.
Airborne wings. Get your red wings. Fuck yeah, dude.
So, anyways, so we're excited. We got freaking shows coming up. We got, man, this Sunday is going to be the Sports Bar. We got Friday Night Freedom tomorrow with Kaz and Pookie with their first show of 2023. And if you've not been paying attention to what's going on in Congress, I still don't think we have a speaker of anything to speak of. I
don't think so. Okay. It's going to be D. Treasy.
Yeah, exactly. Donald Trump was actually recommended to vote to be Speaker of the House. Woo, that's going to be a hot show. That's going to be a hot show.
Could you imagine that fucking hot mess?
Yeah. Oh, man. Man, if you thought he clowned fucking the government as a president, could you imagine him as Speaker? Oh, my God.
They ought to have Lamar Hamlin do it. Boom. Who ain't going to vote for him?
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to vote for him.
There you go.
He's perfect.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out, and again, Radar. Thanks again for hanging out with Sergeant's time and
thanks for having me.
Providing the bants and the banter. Like I said, just make sure you share, like, and follow. Currently, we're on broadcasting live on all of our platforms. We're on Twitter. We're on 2 Facebook pages at WTF Nation Radio and U.S. Army WTF Moments. YouTubes. We're on the YouTubes. And then also on Twitch. Go to WTFNationRadio.com and you'll see our little Discord chat. Get in there and fucking start mingling, hanging out and shit. So, hang out with the team. We want to get that chat back up, and cams are open. Everything's open on Discord. So if you want to jump in there and get Discord and shoot the shit and hang out and listen to the show while you're talking and drop all that stuff.
WTF OnlyFans. So
it's going to be like that pretty soon, man. So it's going to be like that pretty soon. So make sure every show is at, of course, 2000 Eastern Standard Time live. And then you'll see clips and all these promos and stuff like that on Instagram as well. So again, once Instagram becomes live too, we're going to be putting us live on Instagram as well.
Yep.
Through OBS. So anyways, y'all, thanks for hanging out, and hope you all have a good rest of the week on this Friday Eve. And I'm out, man. Shots. See you.
Bye, Radar.
Oh yeah, everyone says bye, Radar. Yeah, bye, Radar.
I know. I say bye, Radar.
Oh, you say bye, Radar?
I say bye, Radar.
Yeah, exactly. All right. CQ, get on the net, man, so we can shoot the shit. All right, y'all take it easy. Have a good one. See you.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio. Of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.